I've got this battery drill that somebody gave me for kind of services rendered. It's only fairly cheap, Makella one. But it can be really handy just to pick up and use for small jobs to save kind of lugging this big one around. This Makita one I put a made a lead acid battery up for, because the Makita batteries are ridiculously expensive. And I made that lead acid battery about a third of the price of one of the Makita ones, and it lasts about 3 times as long, so that was good. But this Makella one is really handy, so I can pick it up just in one bit and use it. But the problem is, of course, when I pick it up, the battery's flat. It obviously usually needs charging, because it's fully charged and it loses its charge over a couple of days. So I thought what I'd do is, I've got a timer, 24-hour timer, and I thought, well, give it half an hour charge, set the timer for half an hour on time twice a day, that'll keep it nicely topped up. But of course it's not that simple. It turns out that if you leave the battery in the charger, it gets fully charged. It's charging now, you can see the red light on. When it's fully charged, it clicks off and the green LED comes on. But the problem is it won't, even though the battery kind of goes flat over a couple of days, it won't start charging again, even though it's been switched on, off and on at the mains. It turns out that you have to do that, take the battery out and put it back in, and then it'll charge again. So what I think I've got to do is break the circuit to the battery inside the charger to simulate kind of taking the battery out and putting it back in, and then it'll charge again. So I've got to do that. I was use a relay. I've got a single pole relay, mains voltage, and this little box to put it in. So what I'll do is I'll put the supply to the charger on the relay coil, and then the circuit to the circuit to the battery I'll put through the contact. So when the mains goes off on the timer, it disconnects the battery, and then when it comes back on, it reconnects the battery, and it'll charge again, which kind of simulates you taking the battery out and putting it back in. So what I'll show you next, I'll take it to bits, and there should be a track or something on the circuit board that I can break and put through the relay. So I'll show you that in a few seconds. Well, I've got this far now. I've mounted that little box on the side of actually on the end of the charger. That's to take the relay. That's the relay. So the blue wires are on the relay coil. That's these two. So eventually they've got to be connected to the main side of the transformer. So it energizes the relay when power comes to the transformer. Now these two red wires are on the normally open contact to the relay. And what I've done with the circuit board of the charger, I've broken the track that goes to the kind of battery clip that contacts on the battery, so it isolates it. But there's also it was a bit awkward because there's also a resistor that's soldered straight onto the pad that the battery clips on, so I had to pull that resistor out, and I'll do a bit of interconnecting, which is a bit of a job to describe at the moment. Anyway, I'll get it all soldered up there, put the relay in the box, and then we'll give it a test to see if it works. Right, so I've got it all connected up now. The blue wires from the relay coil are on the main side of the transformer, so it energizes the coil, energizes the relay when the charges when you switch the charger on. And I've broken the track, but supplies that clip on the battery, so the relay contact basically bridges that gap, and then that blue wire goes to the resistor, which was the awkward bit. So anyway, I'll put the cover on now. Let's actually see if it works. Right, I've got it all back together now, and I think it's working. It's powered up, and when you put the battery on, then the red light comes on, and when it's charged, the green light will come on. So I can't totally prove it until the timer operates and the battery's a bit flat. So that should do the job. I did consider leaving it kind of switched on all the time and charging all the time, but the battery gets very hot, and that means it's using quite a lot of electricity, and it probably doesn't do the battery any good. So that's why I've kind of originally decided to put it on the timer in the first place. So anyway, that's another interesting little project done.